Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of December 25th through 31st. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and especially if this reading resonates with you. All right. So we're going to dive into your general energies. What is it that you need to know? What is going on with you? What is the most kind of important? What is the most significant situation or event or energy for you right now? What is the message for you? Two of Discs. All right, let's see how things are shifting for you, okay? We're going to lay out the rest of our Dove and Serpent spread. Interesting, a lot of air, a lot of fire. Major, a little bit of earth and more air. Okay, so not a bad balance of things. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, and I think for you, Sagittarius, this is pre-shuffle. This is the Hermetic Tarot deck. We're going to pick our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card from that deck, Hermetic Tarot. We're not going to look at that until the very end, so stick around to the end of the video. And hopefully that will, tie the reading together, give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end, okay? So I feel like something in your life is changing and you really don't like it, okay? Two of Discs, you're in this transitional period, okay? There's something going on in your life that is pretty much you set it in motion, right? It was your decision, your kind of your will, your intention. It was your actions that started this ball rolling. And with that Two of Discs, it is a shift. It is a transformation, a transition kind of thing. Right now, you're not enjoying it, okay? It seems like it's a little bit painful, causing a little bit of grief, causing a little bit of this like reliving something in your mind. Like maybe you keep thinking about the way it was before, or what your life was prior to these decisions, or you're speculating on what the future will be, or what you're kind of hoping the outcome will be. So you're stuck in this moment, right, with your memory, or with your imagination, your thinking. But your thinking is projected either into the past or into the future, okay? So I think that's why it's almost like that's how you're occupying your time during this transition, is you're either reminiscing about the past, or you're kind of envisioning the future, speculating on the future, right? And so it's just kind of like while you're on the plane, your mind starts going in a bunch of different places, and it's just a way to occupy your time. But I don't think you're having a pleasant experience on the flight, okay? Now, what is this transition? What is it that's going on? What is this shift or transition that you're involved in? And why is your mind going from the past to the future, not really dealing with what's going on right here, right now? You're either before or after, right? I think the recent past is this Emperor energy. I think this was your really adamant decision that you made, right? I think you kind of took charge and pushed your way through, not forced your way in, but you were really adamant, really strong-willed about what you wanted. And it kicked off all of this stuff, okay? And the Emperor card there is just really kind of really confident, really really sure of themselves, really assertive, really strong-willed, right? It makes a decision, and it keeps pushing until that decision is just been like rammed through. Not giving up, not compromising really. It's just a very active, forward-moving energy. And this is kind of you initiating this situation, kind of forcing the situation a little bit. And now that this situation is moving, now that this transition is happening, you're thinking, oh man, what did I do, right? You're kind of you're thinking back to that decision. You're thinking back to your kind of emperor stage of where you were this just really adamant about what you wanted. You're kind of thinking about that. And then your mind's also projecting into the future, which is an Ace of Wands. So this is still kind of that fiery energy. We have the Emperor kind of in the past, and we have the Ace of Wands in the future. So you're kind of speculating on, okay, am I going to enjoy this future? Is this future going to be something that is, that is good for me energetically, spiritually? Is this really the best thing for my creativity? The best thing for my health and well-being? Is this the path that I'm really going to be on? Am I going to have this sense of control and this sense of authority and this confidence and assertiveness that you had with the Emperor in the recent past? So it's almost like, are you transitioning kind of out of this position of authority or of control or of confidence? You know what I mean? Are you relinquishing that control in some way? So there's a lot of speculation about what the future will be. How much of this Ace of Wands is in your future? And this is that real excitement, that joy that you're speculating about. This is that passion. Are you going to feel that kind of joy and passion after this transition is over? Whatever this shift is, could be you're moving, could be you're changing jobs, careers, relationships, whatever. There's some sort of transition. And you're speculating on the future. Is it going to have that Ace of Wands, passion, excitement, enthusiasm? Am I going to have that creativity, that kind of, that joy, that power, right? That sense of spiritual power or spiritual light, right? And that's where you're going kind of from looking at what happened before, or what your life was before, because maybe you had more control, authority, more like spiritual power before, and your mind is going back to those memories about what it was like when you just were kind of doing your thing, when you were that emperor, right? And now you're speculating on the future too. Are you going to get that feeling back, that sense of power or passion, right? What we see at the top of the path is very interesting. This is your kind of conscious focus, and this is the Justice or Adjustment card. This card usually is talking about a contract, a marriage, a business contract. It could be, you're transitioning jobs, or you're transitioning into married life, right? Some kind of deeper commitment here. And this, could be professional. It could be personal. I almost think it's personal, maybe, because of some other cards here, but maybe not. But I do see that there's a deeper commitment here, and this is kind of this is the decision that you made, was to form this deeper commitment. And now you're kind of, you're on that plane from the past to the future, and your mind is going in a lot of different places, and you're really, really not enjoying the moment now, kind of with this worry about what the future, the worry about what you're leaving behind, and then the worry about what you're going to have in the future. It could be that you're changing jobs. It could be that you're literally moving from one part of the world to another, to start a new life, start a new job or career, or to start your married life, something like that, right? But there's a deeper connection there with this Justice or Adjustment card. There's some deeper contract, bond, deeper agreement, or deeper commitment. Okay, and this is what the reading really is about. That's what the events are really about on the path of the dove. Beneath everything, we see a Four of Swords. This is, this kind of this unconscious drive, this unconscious motivation, or this instinct for you really to just kind of call everything off, right? Just call foul, call for a mulligan, whatever it is. The Four of Swords is just okay, sorry, let's cut our losses, just put an end to it. We're just gonna stop this right now, turn around, sorry, let's forget it ever happened, right? And that's kind of I think, an unconscious kind of drive that you have. A little bit of that motivation, that instinct kind of to do that. I don't see that you are doing that, but I feel like this is part of the fuel for this, or I think these two kind of feed on each other, you know. I think the more you are reminiscing about the past or speculating about the future, the more this instinct kind of starts to build some force. And then the more you kind of feel this, maybe you start thinking about that a little bit, the more you start thinking about the past or speculating about the future. So it's really this cycle that you're in, you know, mentally about what's going on here. All right, let's move over to the path of the serpent now and see what kind of energy we have here. First of all, the Eight of Wands, this is your general energy. I think that this whole situation came upon very fast. Here we have more fire energy, okay? So with the fire energy, this Emperor energy especially, I think that this was not something you spent a lot of time thinking about, contemplating, weighing the pros and cons. I think you just had this impulse, you had this passion, this desire, this, I don't know, this energy. And you just made the decision and you just kind of rushed into it and you just had full force going forward, right? You were just that excited, that sure of it. And it happened really fast. And that's part of the reason why now we have some of this swords energy, because now you're starting to do that inner debate, that contemplation, that kind of the weighing the pros and cons, kind of judging the situation that maybe you didn't do before, right? So it happened quickly. And I think you're starting to realize that maybe you jumped into this, you committed to this really, really fast without the kind of due diligence, right? The next card we see is this Empress card. And this is what's telling me that maybe, right, maybe this is some kind of a romantic relationship, marriage, some kind of, maybe you're moving in with someone. But even if this is on the professional level, I think that this is really a relationship that has a lot of benefits to it, right? There's a lot of productiveness involved here. There are good things coming out of this, right? Maybe it's one of those things where you know it's for the best, it's going to lead to more success, you know, greater income, greater opportunities. It's going to lead to the establishment of the kind of life that you want, right? It seems like all good things are going to come out of this relationship. Again, personal or professional. That there are all sorts of benefits there, all sorts of productiveness, right? Again, it could be in a romantic relationship, could be in the professional business kind of situation. So why is there this kind of lamentation? Why is there this grief there? Why is there this this kind of apprehension or this Three of Swords energy? Well, I think it's because you're kind of reminiscing about the past, speculating about the future, but about the fiery aspect of it. You know there's going to be a lot of rewards, benefits, a lot of abundance being produced by this association, but are you losing this power, this independence, this spiritual creativity, this spiritual light, this excitement, this enthusiasm? Are you sacrificing this fire energy to do what's practical, to do what's going to lead to like the kind of traditional abundance? You know what I mean? The next card we see, though, is the Three of Discs. This is your fears, worries, concerns right here. And this is just the work, right? This is the commitment, mind, body, and soul to this new thing. So is this part of the concern as well, is that you know that this is going to take everything you have to maintain this, to be successful in this new situation. And there's not going to be a lot of time for anything else, right? Is there going to be time for this Emperor, for this Ace of Wands, if every part of your being is involved in making this thing work? Is there going to be enough hours in the day for you to take time for yourself to really experience this fire energy that you once had, right? This creativity, this maybe spiritual impulse, you know, your own kind of energetic spiritual life, right? This sense of enthusiasm and power and vitality, right? So are you going to have to let go of that in order to make this thing successful? Because it's going to take a lot of commitment, mind, body, soul. I think that's part of your worry. Unfortunately, the very last card we see on the path of the serpent here is this Ten of Swords, and this is kind of the end of the road mentally. This is kind of getting out of this getting out of this kind of cycle of thinking that you're in, right? Because you've made the commitment, you've made the choice, you've kind of like crammed this thing through, and it's happening now. So there's really no benefit in torturing yourself over it, right? You've got to just go with it, put your energy into it, and see how it works. Give it a chance, right? If you give it some time, maybe you'll kind of change your mind about things. Because all of this kind of speculation and reminiscing and all this mental energy, all of this it's kind of negative, right? All that needs to come to an end. And I think with the Ten of Swords, we're seeing that just kind of break down, that it's not productive, it's not getting you anywhere. If you give it some time and effort and you decide that this is not for you, you can always change your course. You can always pivot, right? You can always find a way out. But right now, during this transition, all of this mental energy is not really doing you any good. This is not kind of helping your situation. This is not giving you any kind of clarity, right? If this was providing some clarity, then sure, I'd say keep at it. You're getting somewhere. But I don't think you're really getting anywhere with it other than making yourself miserable on the flight over, you know. But let's see what this confirmation card, this mystery card, is all about. Hermetic Tarot deck. I wonder if this is going to be some more earth, some more pentacles. Could be like a 9 or a 10 of pentacles. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know what should appear here. So we're just going to take a look. And it's the Princess of Swords. Okay. So this is telling me for sure, this is really confirming what I just said about this mental energy has to kind of stop now because there's no clarity being produced from it. Now with the Princess of Swords, this is the beginning stages of that new kind of communication, that new thought process, the new mentation, right? The new thinking. So this is kind of coming off of that Ten of Swords. It's like, okay, just kind of stop dwelling on it for now. See how it goes for a few days, a few weeks, whatever. And then kind of reassess. Start the thought process over again. And see how you feel, see how it looks, see what you're experiencing, and decide kind of what you want to do. If you want to give it a trial period, right? A little probationary period. And then come back to it and reassess. Start the thought process over again and see if your feelings have changed, if some of this fiery energy has changed. See, maybe in the future you will experience this Ace of Wands, and it will be this opportunity for you to really get back into your spiritual life, your creativity, this energy, passion, enthusiasm might really be there. You have to give it a chance. If you're too closed off to it, it's not going to happen. You have to be open to it, see if it's there, reassess in, a certain amount of time after some kind of a trial period. Sagittarius, thank you for letting me read for you today. We're going to take a look at this in the extended reading. You can become a member to the channel by clicking on the link in the description box. This was your weekly tarot reading for December 25th through 31st. Thank you so much.